Alrighty, good afternoon, everybody. Hope you guys are having an amazing day, and welcome to the 5-day Facebook Marketing Secrets Challenge. I am super excited to be here with you guys. Oh, let me lower my own volume. So I have my iPad here next to me and checking out the comments. So if you have comments and questions, please feel free to ask away as we go through today, okay? So I want to give you a big welcome. My name is Luis, and I'll be your host for the next 5 days. We're going to have a lot of fun, and my goal is to get you, get you your first close in the coming week that came directly from marketing on Facebook. That's the goal that we have today. So the first thing I'd love for you to do is to let me know who's watching and where you're watching from. If you could, just in the comments, let me know again who you are, where you're watching from, and that way I can know who I'm interacting with. I know there's people that have taken the class before. We've had a lot of people rave about this course, and so I'm sure there we go. And Millie knows is. If you're gonna hang out with us, make sure to have your coffee. Doesn't have to be Starbucks. This is not a Starbucks promo, but have your coffee with you, because that's what I love. And just reading up on coffee today, actually. So. Huge welcome. I'm excited for what's coming. The coming week, you're gonna get a lot of information. But the most important thing about this is that you're gonna get a lot of things you can apply, that you can actually take actionable steps on. So I see we got Michelle. Oh, I missed one of the comments. We've got Michael Pendleton. Welcome, Michael, from Maryland. So we got several people watching. We typically have people watching from all around the world, actually. So no matter where you're from, just let me know. And by the way, again, if you want somebody to be a part of this, make sure to send them to www.myfbcrm.com. www.myfbcrm.com. Have them register. This is free. There's no cost to the entire week, and we're gonna just give away. I mean, literally tens of thousands of dollars of training for free. Okay, we've got New York, we've got Michigan. Awesome, Angela, good to see you. Sacramento, hey Michelle, good to see you as well. We got some students that went through coaching with me as well, so that's super cool. All right, so as I go through this, I want you guys to know there is a workbook. If you already got your workbook, awesome. If for some reason you ordered it and you don't have it yet, send me a DM when we're done, and I will make sure to get you the workbook. There is, for those of you guys that already have it, if you have the older workbook, most of the things stay the same. There's a couple of tweaks. And there's actually one sheet that it's going to be very important, but I will make sure to get it to you. Hey, Bobby, glad you're here, Bobby. Man, that's super exciting. So. Just make sure to let me know if you don't have your workbook just yet. Just let me know, and we will get that to you. Okay. So as we get started today, I want to start off, really telling you guys a little bit about what this whole deal is about. I think that for a lot of us, maybe you've tried marketing before, and you've maybe tried and gotten crickets, gotten no results. So I want to tell you my story a little bit, just so that you know why I decided to do this. I think it's important to kind of get a little bit of a backstory, and just so you know my motivation, my heart, where this is. Again, my name is Luis. I'm today I'm a husband and father. My wife Regina and I run our business together. By the way, this is not our core business. Our core business is financial services. This is just a hobby that's turned into something pretty cool, and I love the opportunity to do this with you guys. So I want to tell you guys, I met my wife in college. We were both college sweethearts. Believe it or not, I used to be a salsa instructor, so that's me on my right. I don't know if you see it on the right, but that's me and her at a salsa congress where I performed internationally. On the left is when I proposed, again, I'm just giving you a little backstory. One of the major reasons that we went into business was because I had a proposal lined up for her where she was gonna, they called Fort Lauderdale the Venice of the Americas. So we had this whole deal. I had a private gondola brought in so that we could, go do it through a gondola ride with some wine and have a dinner. And then we were going to cross this bridge that was lit up. And when it lit up, it was going to say, will you marry me? It was just this whole thing. And I was waiting to pick her up. And at the time, right that day, her boss told her that she had to go into work to work a gala because those donors were too important to the organization. If she didn't show up, she was going to be fired. And I was just so like, I can't believe another person has this kind of control over our lives. It really got both of us like, there's no way we could ever do this. We can't continue to do this. And so that's one of the reasons that we decided to go into business, again, in financial services. That was a big motivation, and so we did that. We got married. We are college sweethearts. We have a lot of fun together. Really, we've been able to do cool things with our business. We had, the day that I quit my job. So I quit my job before I retired her, and the day that I quit my job, we found out she was pregnant somehow. I don't know how that happened. She was pregnant, and so we got started with having babies, and so this is my son. Right when he was born, he's a big old cutie. I want you guys to kind of get an idea why. Why did I do this? Because I wanted to have fun and time with these people that I'm showing you, right? My son and I we call each other weirdos. Okay, so if you ever hear me call you a weirdo, think it a compliment. Okay, think it a compliment. So we call each other weirdos, and it's just so much fun to be able to invest time with family, do trips, do all that kind of stuff. And eventually my daughter came. That's when all the weapons started to be purchased, okay? And today my daughter's actually 2 now, but that's them, that's them. And this is the number one reason that I decided to go into business, okay? Now, with that being said, as awesome and cool as that is, one of the things that I found out as I got into business was I was, again, financial services. So, life insurance, investments, all those things. And I became really good at being able to get referrals, talk to people, and continue to get business done. But one of the things I found out is that really that was a hunting job. And you'll learn more about hunting and fishing as we go through. But I became a really good hunter. And what did that mean? That means if I had to go out, leave my family, go out, to kill something, drag it home so we could eat, right? And if you identify with that, if you've ever been a hunter, I want you to, one of the only things I've ever hunted, I've been on very few hunting trips, but has been boar, right? So, it's a lot of fun. But if I have to depend on that to eat, that's a lot of work. And so that was one of the frustrations I had. I got freedom from a boss, freedom from, somebody else telling me what to do, when to do, what to be, when to be, all the stuff that you hear about why people go into business. But then I came in and I had freedom of responsibility. I still had to be incredibly responsible with my time and all those things. And all those things are important for business. But they took, it got to the point where I was just like, man, this is, I can do this and make more money, but the question is, do I want to do this? And so that's really where I started, and I started kind of getting into what you guys will learn about today, which is just basic Facebook marketing secrets. And I call it secrets not because I'm going to keep it a secret, but because most people keep them a secret. Okay, and it's just incredible how much information is actually already out there, but people want to charge, I've paid $2, $3, $4, $5, $10,000 for courses that did absolutely nothing. I had to piece them all together in order to form where I'm going to show you for free this week. Okay, and so what I wanted to do was basically learn a trade that got me freedom. Learn something that got me, yes, I could continue to grow my business, but I didn't have to be the one that was hunting all the time. Or if I decided to go hunt, which I still hunt, by the way, if I decided to go hunt, while I'm hunting, there's something else working for me, getting me more leads, getting me more business, basically fishing. A fishing boat goes out for me every morning, rounds up some fish, and maybe even every now and then a boar comes in and it's close, it's my vicinity, it's on my farm, I don't have to go out and hunt it, right? That's the idea. And so that's why I decided to do this. So if you identify with that, again, first of all, if you just hopped on, I just noticed a big jump in attendance. If you just hopped on, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'd love to know your name. I'd love to know your background. Tell me what type of business you're looking to get results for. Tell me if you're here because you want to get results for financial services. Let me know. Insurance, investments, network marketing, health and wealth, whatever it is. Let me know in the comments. But if you just got here and you've ever been a hunter, let me know. Put the word hunter down in the comments. If that's you. And again, I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing. I'm just saying while we're hunting, why don't we get some other things going for you? And while we do that, while I see some of you guys drop those comments, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that you make sure that you're watching with coffee. By the way, that's the one rule. That's why this is free, because we all enjoy coffee together. Okay. So let me know. Let me know in the comments. And so I started doing this. I started doing this thing where I learned, for example, the first thing I learned was LinkedIn. And if you're in financial services, LinkedIn is a great place. I have a course that anybody, at the end of today, we'll talk about invite contest that we have going on. Hello from Texas. Oh, awesome. We got, let me see, I missed that. We got Texas Insurance and Financial Services. Awesome, Calandra. Glad you're here. I'm from Texas originally, by the way. I am from Eagle Pass, Texas, the border town, next to the border town that's all over the news right now with the whole immigrant and, crossing the border situation. So, yeah, Eagle Pass, beautiful, beautiful little tiny city. I grew up with 18,000 people in the city. Now where I live, there's 18,000 people in each block, I think. Okay, so it's crazy. Small town kid. Again, tell me, don't be afraid to let me know in the comments what type of business you would like to get results for. So I did this. So I started doing this because I wanted to get these kind of results, and I started with LinkedIn, and I have a LinkedIn course that we no longer market, by the way. So there's no way of getting it right now. DFW, yeah, my brother's in DFW. Glad to have you here. But what I did basically, it wasn't really even marketing. It was just more complicated hunting. Okay, I would stay in the office on a Wednesday night at like 8 p.m. I'd come back to the office, and from 8 p.m. to like 2 in the morning, I would sit there and I would cold message 1,000 people. Again, I wanted to be successful. I really wanted to be successful. That was my drive, and so I would cold message literally thousands of people. Okay, in a matter of 4 hours, I'd put on a movie. Okay, my mom would laugh because she said, "How many times can you watch Lord of the Rings?" She'd call me late at night or whatever. I was like, "Yeah, well, that's the only movie long enough to where I don't have to keep changing movies while I'm doing this, right?" My wife would say, "Man, how do you do that?" And I just became a robot where I'd go copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. I didn't even care what the message said. I just knew that if I was putting a message out there, I would get results. And at the time, LinkedIn got me amazing results. I made a lot of money doing that, but it still, what did it do? It took me away. It required me to manually sit there and do this work. By the way, today, you can still do a little bit of that strategy. The problem is LinkedIn now restricts how many people you can connect a week. So that doesn't work for you anymore. When I got started, I could connect with 1,000 people a week. Today I have between me and my wife's account, which we both would do this, I have 60,000 connections. There's plenty of people for me to contact in there, But on the flip side, today that doesn't work anymore. And so that was the beginning of marketing. And then I started to look at Facebook, and I said, okay, I was never the kind of guy that would go on Facebook and just hang out and just scroll for hours. In fact, some of you guys may DM me and you're wondering, when is he going to respond? I don't even have Facebook on my phone. I don't have any social media on my phone. So if you're coming to this thinking you're gonna have to become a social media phenom, have social media on your phone all the time, that's not what's gonna happen. Okay, that is exactly the opposite of what's gonna happen. I don't have social media on my phone. I deleted it. The only one I have is because there's some dad jokes in there that are hilarious, and so every now and then I go see a dad joke. Okay, but that's about it. All right, I don't produce on there. I'm not using it. I'm gonna figure it out at some point, but just not yet. Okay, so that's what the motivation was, and so I started doing Facebook, and as I started doing Facebook, I realized something, that maybe this is how you feel. Okay, have you ever looked at other people's marketing and you kind of see this, like when you really, if you could kind of formulate into words what you're witnessing, you're like, man, that they have like this beautiful fat, I don't even know what kind of car this is, guys. I'm not a car guy, but this beautiful, amazing car that's going just like 80, 90, 100 miles an hour, and that's how you view their marketing. If that's you, man, Stuart, glad to have you, man. Welcome. If that's how you see it, and let me know. Drop it. If you have a car emoji, I don't even know if that's possible, but if you have a car emoji, drop a car emoji in the comments, okay? If you've seen, if you've witnessed marketing and you felt that, right? The way that I saw my marketing, though, was a little bit more like this, okay? It was like, man, I know my car is going to get somewhere. I just don't know if it's going to get to where I want to go, okay? So I saw this like duct tape together, they don't call me Mexican MacGyver for nothing kind of car, right? And so this is how I started. So if you feel right now that you don't know what you're doing, that you felt like, man, somebody else has it figured out and you don't yet, then you're in the exact right place, because that's exactly how I felt when I got started doing this. And this is what launched me into the whole idea of let me find some courses, let me pay for some courses and learn some of this. And most of the courses require, I've even purchased leads, hired an agency to produce Facebook leads for me. You think of it, I've tried it. And for the most part, those agencies, what they want is to get paid a few months and then move on to another client, because they can't get you consistent results. there's no way to control consistent results, right? And so that's why I really fell in love with this idea. And I think, by the way, now today I do Facebook paid marketing as well. Everything I'm going to teach you this week though is no cost. You're going to pay $0 in ads for anything that I'm going to show you this week. My goal is that if you can get results without having to spend money on ads, when you become ready to spend money on ads, by the way, don't come to me. I don't sell that, okay? You can hire an agency and know what to look for, know how to get conversions, know how to do all of that stuff. But in the beginning, let's get your first $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 coming directly from free ads. Build that consistently, okay? And then if you want to scale and move into paid, awesome. You're going to do amazing, but you got to start with results, real results. Because at the end of the day, what matters in marketing is results. The reason you would invest an hour of your day today to do this is because you want to see results. Can we agree on that? If you agree with me, I want you to drop the word results in the comments. If that's what you came here for results, then I want you to drop the word results in the comments, okay? And I want you this week to be very interactive. I know some of you guys, already know me. I know Bobby. I think, Angela hung out with us last time. Michelle, both Michelles. So some of you guys have gone through a course like this with me before. Angela, glad to see that, Angela. Yep, I see Stuart. So what you want here is results. Stephanie, good to see you, Stephanie. And so you want to get results, okay? And that's what matters. That's what you have to pay attention to. So get results, and then go scale, go big, right? Don't go big on a hope. What most people do when it comes to paid marketing is they grab some dice, they roll them, and they go, I hope this works. We're not going to do any of that. We're going to do. We're going to move in such a way where you can predict what's coming next. Okay, so. Have you ever been told that you needed this to have success in marketing? If you've ever been told the only way you succeed in marketing is if you have funnels, an email list, an agency, complicated tech, basically become a total computer genius in order to succeed, and you're gonna see some. I just realized I didn't close that parenthesis. So for those of you guys that are I know that's gonna be a pet peeve for somebody. I apologize. I'll close it out. My dyslexia sometimes doesn't let me see all of it, right? But if you've ever had that, if somebody's ever told you you need funnels, email lists, an agency, like you basically need to become a computer nerd and geek to get results in marketing, I'd love, just let me know if that's ever happened. I've had that feeling before where I get the first class and I'm like, oh my goodness, like I studied the wrong thing in order to be able to be in financial services. There's no way that I'm going to be able to get results with this. Okay, there's just no way. I'm never going to learn it. By the way, and if you're in a model where you want duplication, right, where you want people in your team to market, right? Maybe you have a financial services agency and you have 5 agents, 10 agents, 100 agents, and you want them to do the same thing. Are they going to go through all the stuff to learn funnels, emails, hire an agency, pay the agency $2 or $3 grand? That's going to be very difficult. Okay, that's going to be very difficult. It's not easily duplicatable. And so when it digital marketing, again, there's only one thing that matters is results, and this is the way I've summarized results. So I want you to write down this formula. Okay, if you don't have the workbook, then write this down. If you have the workbook, this is in your workbook. Results equal attention plus impact plus offer. Attention plus impact plus offer. Okay, so if you can get attention, right? If you can get people paying attention to you, if you can get make an impact in their life, and you can make an irresistible offer, you can get results. That is it. You don't need a funnel to do that, by the way. You don't need an email list to do that, although it helps. You don't need, does a funnel help? Sure. You went through a funnel to register for this, right? Does that mean that was required? No. The very first one I did of these had 0 funnel, and it's to date been the most profitable one. Okay, so funnels make things easier, but they're not what gets you results. Okay, so you need attention, impact, and offer. Those are the 3 things that you need in order to get results. So that's what we're going to work on over the next 3 days. By the way, one day we're going to focus on attention, one day on impact, and one day on offer. So by Thursday you'll have all 3 of those. Okay, and then on Friday, when we put all this thing on autopilot, you're going to see how you can take this and scale it, how you can make it big and impactful. So now, as we go through this, you might be asking yourself, listen, I totally get it if you are, by the way. You might be asking yourself, can I do this? Like, Luis, man, just the word marketing, it makes me intimidated. I totally get it. Yes, you can do this, okay? I'm not going to cover anything complicated, no funnels, nothing like that. Am I too old to do this? Listen, the oldest person I've seen do this successfully and actually already did 5 figures, so over 10 grand, and it's only been probably what, I don't know, maybe 3 months, something like that. Just by changing this, by doing this in their business, they added 10 grand to their revenue, not total revenue. They kept hunting, they kept doing what they were doing, but they added 10 grand. And as that scales, that cash flow goes up. Why? Because the first time you do this, you're going to have an impact of maybe 1 out of 10. The 100th time you do this, now you have a following. Now you have people listening to this, right? The more you do it, the more people will be attracted to it. Am I too old to try this? Please, again, don't even think that, right? Am I too shy to do this? Okay, and you might think, Luis, you're great at talking on screen just because you see me doing it. But when I first moved to South Florida, everybody thought I had a speech impediment. That's how shy I was. Okay, so shyness isn't important. In fact, it's not required for you to go live in order to do this. I think going live helps, but it's not even required, okay? I'm too scared to try it and fail. So for the next week, I want you guys to make a commitment with me. And if you're going to make this commitment, okay, I just want you to write the words "I'm in" the comments, okay? If you're going to make this commitment with me, write the words "I'm in," okay? For the next week, all you're going to do is you're going to trust me. I'm not going to ask you, and this week, you're not going to spend a dime on marketing, by the way, okay? For this week, just follow me and set your fears aside. After the week, let's say on Friday, okay, on Friday, if you think this looks too tough, I can't do it, go back to being afraid, and you basically, for 1 week, you set aside the fear of marketing and you just went with it. Okay, if you can be in on that, then we'll make a deal. Sound fair? All right, I already see some people saying in. Old Hunter, I get it, Ruben. All right, I see some people saying I'm in. All right, awesome. I'm in. All right, cool. All right, awesome. So this is what we're gonna do. We're in session 1. We're gonna talk about something that I call your identity, and this is gonna be the only session that we're really not tactical. Meaning we're not gonna get in. We're not gonna do some things on Facebook. What we're gonna do is we're gonna identify who we're gonna go after. Okay, but it starts with you. It starts with who you are. So I want you to kind of imagine, how you got to where you're at now. Okay, because in all likelihood, here's what most people do. Okay, most people, and if you've done this, okay, again, I'm going to ask for interaction. The reason I'm asking for all this interaction is I want you to get used to it, because as we go throughout the week, I'll ask for it less, and then I want to see it, because it tells me that you guys are tracking with me. The beautiful thing about this model is I can give this information to you guys for free. The challenge is I can't hear back unless you interact with me. Okay, so if you've ever done this, okay, or maybe let me ask this. I want you in the comments, I want you to tell me what are some things you've tried that did not work. Okay, some things you've tried that did not work using Facebook. Maybe you've tried cold DMing. Maybe you've tried posting content. Maybe you've tried I don't know, maybe you've tried, creating an ad. What have you tried that doesn't work? Okay, because went for coffee. Got it. Cool. Coffee is the only forgivable marketing sin. Okay, that's it. That's the only one. All right, guys. But what have you tried that all of the above? Yep, I get it. Okay, so all of the above. So most people have tried a lot of things that got 0 results, and here's the number one reason why, in my opinion. Okay, DM content. Yep, the number one reason is you're talking to randoms. Okay, like if you ever sent a DM on Facebook to try to get business, what you basically did is you sent a random person a random post and hope that you would get results, right? Cold messaging, yep. All right, so yep, tried them all. Okay, awesome. So if you've done that, you've basically been using a random strategy. Okay, random. So this is not random, okay? If you're going to get results, there has to be something measurable about this so that you can go back and duplicate it. Does that make sense? So you have to be able to say, hey, if you're going to do this, this is what you do. There has to be steps involved. Not hope, but steps, okay? So it starts with your identity, because the reason that you're doing what you're doing is because something about you was attracted by what you're currently doing, okay? By what you're currently doing. So I want you guys to know about this about marketing. If you don't turn people off, you're not turning people on. You have to be polarizing. So you have this identity, who you are, and actually I want you to think who you were, right? Before you started doing what you're doing, right? If you were your own ideal customer, what were you thinking? What were you looking at? If somebody had come, maybe you're in credit repair, and somebody came and said, hey, credit repair sucks. And you would have thought like, what are you talking about? Credit repairs changed my life. That's okay. Okay. You want to push people away that don't believe in credit repair. That's actually a healthy thing. If maybe you're in network marketing, well, you need to let people know, hey, network marketing is awesome. And the people that don't like network marketing need to go fly a kite. Okay? You need to be polarizing in order to be effective. So if you don't turn people off, you're not turning them on. That doesn't mean you have to be rude or abrasive. It just means you have to be able to tell the truth of where you're taking your ideal customer to, right? You have to be bold. Okay, soft marketing doesn't work. You can be shy and have direct marketing. Okay, like be very on point. So you have to have this ability to turn people off and on. All right. Now your identity is going to be modeled into what we call your ideal customer. Okay, so you were somebody maybe a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago that was interested in whatever product or service you're currently offering. That's probably how you got to where you're at now, right? Maybe you thought, man, this is an amazing business model. I want to help. There's a lot of people that need this. Okay, so you're gonna think back to who you were before you got involved, and now think about who you're trying to serve. And there's probably similarities that you can connect there. Okay, similarities you can connect, but you're gonna create an ideal customer profile. So what I want you to do is, if you're watching and you're just watching on scratch paper, again, if you're in the workbook, this is in the workbook. But if you just have scratch paper, I want you to get a piece of paper, and I'm going to put some questions on the screen that I need you to answer about who your ideal customer is. Your ideal customer, you should know so well. In fact, my ideal customer has a name, okay? You should name this ideal customer that you have, okay? And so let's look at this person. So our goal is to answer these questions, okay? We're going to find a market, okay? So where does this person hang out? This person, by the way, is already buying something. This person's already looking for something. So if you're in financial services, you're not looking to necessarily awaken people to what you're doing. You're looking for people that are already awake and want you. Does that make sense? So we're going to find a market. We're going to find a pain in the market. Why do they feel pain? Maybe you dislike whole life and you want to switch into term. Cool. You found a pain in the market. Maybe you dislike term and you want to switch into whole life. Maybe you know the pain of being in bad credit and you want to get into good credit. Find the pain. Find the solution to the pain and make sure that person has the budget for the solution. Right? What does that mean? That means, listen, if you could have the best deal in the world, the best insurance in the world, the best credit repair in the world, but if you're marketing to broke people, you will not make money. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry to say it. I want to help everybody, but not everybody wants to be helped. You have to be awakened to that, okay? My wife, by the way, studied, my wife studied social work, okay? So I studied biochemistry in college. She studied social work. We both studied to be broke, okay? None of those careers make any money. But the idea here is, if you were trying to market your solution to a college student when we were in college, wouldn't work. When my wife started using her social work degree and became a therapist, the number one rule of therapy is you can only help people that want to be helped. That's the same thing for business today. Okay, how do you attract somebody to your offer online? They have to want it. They have to have a desire for it. They have to be awake to the fact that they need it. Okay, so what you're going to do is on this paper, you're going to profile who your ideal customer is. I want you to write down, what market are they in? So let's break this down a little bit. So maybe if you're in credit repair and you're looking for somebody who wants to improve their credit, maybe that person, there's a credit card out there that helps credit repair people, and they're typically getting a lot of volume. Maybe I've seen commercials for Lexington Law. Maybe they're already interested in Lexington Law, but they're on the fence. How can you think about it? What are those people already shopping for? What are people that want to buy credit repair? They're about to go purchase. What is the one thing that would take them over? What are they not getting by the current market? There is a market for what you're doing already, by the way, right? The market is already existing. If you offer insurance, okay, who's about to purchase insurance, right? Like, as an example, although it's not my favorite, people that follow Dave Ramsey are already more awake to financial services and products than Joe Schmo who's just driving down the street, right? One of them is random. The other one is targeted. So you have to target somebody who's already thinking about what your solution is. So that maybe early stages, because there's this thing called customer education. Okay, and I want you to really pay attention to this. The less customer education you have to provide, the quicker you can convert the sale. What does that mean? So let's just say that I'm selling you golf clubs, and you've never played golf. What do I have to do in order for you to purchase golf clubs? Well, I have to get you to take golf lessons. I have to get you to enjoy the sport. There's all these things you have to do. Basically, if we're using a golf analogy, I'm starting with you at the tee, and I have to get that little golf ball all the way to the hole in order for you to purchase. But if I go find somebody who loves golf but has never owned his own clubs, he always goes and rents them, he spends money on the course, and I can say, hey, what if I could fit you for your own clubs to improve your game? How much easier is that sale? Significantly easier. That ball is right next to the hole. I just have to tap it in, right? That's a gimme almost, all right? And so you can do the exact same thing with your marketing. Why? Because if you identify what market they're already in, right? Like if you are, as an example, all of you that are in this group, the reason that you're here is because I found people that were in business that had a marketing, pain, and I am currently providing a solution for it. Do you see that? Do you see how that happened? Right? I found you in a marketplace. Whether it be a financial services marketplace, whether it be a credit repair marketplace, wherever it is that you are, I found your pain and I was able to say, hey, come get the solution. And it's free, by the way, okay? All right, so that's exactly what you're going to want to do. Your pain in the market, maybe, again, going back to the example, maybe you're in, I've used financial services quite a bit, but maybe we have somebody here that's in network marketing and you're marketing a keto product. Well, what's their pain? Man, none of the keto products work for me. Maybe they do work. They just don't have a community that they can be around that helps it work. Well, what if your product and their product is exactly the same, except you provide a community where this person comes to and they change the type of person they are, not just what they're taking into their body. Okay? So massive shift in the way to think, right? You found their pain. Their pain wasn't the product. They're already spending money on the product. Now let's get them to spend the money on your product because you're providing a solution that other product did not have. You guys see where this is going? And we're going to talk about all those points, by the way. I'm giving you an overview of it right now, but those are the things that we're going to cover. Okay, so we're going to find this market. Your ideal customer is already in the market. So I want you to answer these questions. Okay, what market are they hanging out in? What are they purchasing already? Right? What kind of products are they already purchasing? If you have the workbook, I have about 2 or 3 more questions in each of these sections that'll help you go a little bit deeper. Okay, so I wanted to do something special for those of you guys that purchased the workbook. There's a few more questions that'll take you deeper into this thought. So take some time. And by the way, at the end of the week, anybody who completes the workbook is going to get a marketing certificate on Friday. Okay, so if you are completing your homework, I'm going to ask that you post it in the group. And so all of you guys that completed it, you're going to be able to get a marketing certificate. And my goal is to raise marketing experts inside of this group so we can all learn from each other. And I love teaching this, but there's probably things that you've thought of that you haven't implemented just because you've been a little bit shy, but when you implement it, you could explode and you could even teach me something, okay? So find your ideal customer. They're already in a market. Where are they hanging out and what are they already purchasing? Especially, okay, this question, what are they already purchasing? That's a massive question. Why? Okay, why would... let me put it to you this way. Let's use the example of keto. Let's say you're sitting down with somebody and your goal is to sell them your ketone products, and this person already spends money on gym membership. They already spend money on healthy eating. They already go to health food. Go to Fresh Market or what is the other one? My wife and I love that place. I can't remember the name. The Amazon Fresh Market. I forgot what it's called. This person's already spending money, and then you come in and say, hey, this product will enhance all of that. Or you're talking to the person that says, nah, healthy food is too expensive. I want to eat McDonald's because it's cheap, and your product is maybe $50. Which one of those is more likely to buy? Well, option 1, right? Because they're already investing money into their health. You see how, so you don't have to convince them of the value. They already understand the value. They just need to know that your product can give them another solution. Whole Foods, there you go. Thank you, Rudy. Whole Foods, I knew that was right there. All right, I was thinking of creating a Facebook group, maybe get people more interested in the service They have the option of joining or not. Yeah, Stephanie, you're going to love this week then, if that's what you're thinking. You're right. My degrees are in social work. I'm sorry, Kalandra. No reason to. I wasn't trying to insult, but it's just the truth. Okay. Sorry I missed those comments earlier. Okay. So think about this, okay? Your ideal customer has a pain in the market. What pains are they experiencing with other products and services? Why do other products and services fail them, right? Like as an example, I've typically referred credit repair to this company called Credit Pros. Why do people complain to me when I refer them to them? Because there's no real personality there. And then when I've referred them to a person, they get significantly better results, not because the repair process was good or bad, but because they were able to talk to somebody, be a part of a community that made a world of difference. Okay, so think through what pains are they experiencing. Maybe you're in financial services, and you maybe listen. Let's not even complicate it. You sell life insurance. Okay, believe me, if one of your customers comes to my Facebook group where I have this community for them, they're gonna probably, even if mine is more expensive, they're gonna cancel theirs and go with mine. Why? Because we provide an environment that solves more than just life insurance. Okay, so what are they experiencing from other products and services? Your ideal customer is aware of the pain. Do they know they have the pain? Okay, this pain that they have, if you're going to provide a solution, could you create a process to awaken a person to the pain? Yes, you could. You absolutely could. I would tell you that's phase 2 of your marketing. You first should work with people that already know they have the pain. How do I know if they have the pain, Luis? Listen to your customers. When they convert, when they become a customer, ask them, hey, what was the number one reason that you decided to buy from me over anybody else? Your customers are your best feedback, okay? So write it down and or have a survey with Google Forms, whatever you need to do, and create this log of why are people buying from me, okay? And when you can see a pattern, that's going to be just an amazing way to move people in masses into a Facebook group or wherever you want to move them to, okay? Now, budget for the solution, again, there's no way you're gonna be able to sell somebody who can't afford it. But having a budget for the solution is critical. You want to market, maybe like there's a lot of people that try to market to stay-at-home moms. Hey, if you're a stay-at-home mom, God bless you. My wife is an amazing stay-at-home mom, and she's not even a stay-at-home mom. She's a stay-at-home executive, right? Because she helps me with a business as well. But the reality is that a stay-at-home mom typically has more limited income than a working mom. So if you're trying to sell a $1,000 product to somebody who doesn't have any revenue coming in, then you're really selling to the husband that's going to provide it, or a stay-at-home dad, same thing. Okay, there's no difference. They have to have a budget for the solution. So think through how that could affect what you're doing. Maybe you're creating this ideal customer of a business person that needs credit repair, right? Maybe you're creating this profile of an executive that needs life insurance, right? Maybe you're creating this profile of a gym rat that needs your ketone product or whatever you're offering, right? Do you see this? You're creating something that where that because they're spending money somewhere else, or because you know that they have a relatively good income, they can afford your product. Okay. Again, we're going to eliminate random prospecting. That is not effective. We got to have a strategy. And for those of you guys that have already gone through the course, by the way, you've already done this challenge with me. Some lights should be going off. Okay, as to, wait a minute, Luis, I did some of the things you told me, but I didn't apply this. I didn't really go through. This is the most difficult part, by the way. Everything else that we're going to do tomorrow, the day after, all that is cake compared to this. This is going to take some mental power to sit down and say, I got to think this through, right? So I'm going to come back to your identity. Who were you? Who are you? Okay, who were you? Who are you? What happened in that transformation? Okay, because if you had that transformation, it's very possible that your ideal customer can go through that too. And today, you now have a superpower. What is that superpower? Okay, this is crucial to everything we're going to do. What is your superpower? Are you able to just completely radically transform somebody's health in 30 days? Well, I don't know what it is. You decide what that is. But you have a superpower. You have to feel special about it. Whatever you're offering the marketplace is something that nobody else could offer. But Luis, all I do is credit repair. But Luis, all I do is insurance. Nope. No, if that was it, then you're a commodity and nobody else needs to listen to you. They just need to see if your product is the cheapest. You see what I'm saying? And there's this idea in the marketplace. A lot of new entrepreneurs think, man, I just got to offer the cheapest thing. No, you don't. No, you don't. You got to offer the most value. Okay, the most valuable thing in the marketplace is what wins. Think about it this way: if I offered you right now, I have two cars, car A and car B, and they're covered. Okay, you can't see what kind of car they are. You can't see even the wheels or the tires. Okay, and car A is $1,000, car B is $10,000. Which one would you purchase from me? Okay, drop it in the comments. You want to purchase the $1,000 car or the $10,000 car, right? And what do most people say? Most people tell me, well, Luis, I would buy the $1,000 car. Okay, great. Now let's take the covers off. That car, the $1,000 car, is a 92 beat up Pinto, and the $10,000 car is a Mercedes. Brand new 2021, fully loaded, and everything is paid for, including your gas, for the next 20 years or whatever, however long you want to keep the car, right? Now, which one do you buy? You buy the $10,000 car. Why? Because that jump from that $9,000 jump seems insignificant to the fact that it's a Mercedes and there's value in it. That's exactly how you're going to position yourself. You have a superpower, okay? So if you're in business, by the way, if you're in business, in a business where you don't control the product, this makes all the difference. Like if you're an insurance agent, you don't control the product. If you're in financial services or network marketing, you don't control the product. If you're in credit repair, if you have your own business, you control the product to an extent. But overall, for the most part, you don't. If you built your own widget, cool, awesome. You control the product. You can create exactly what you want out of it in order to make it an enticing offer. Okay, but if you don't, then this concept of understanding your superpower is crucial. Okay, what is it? Define it. Again, on your piece of paper, write my superpower is, and write it out. And as detailed as possible. If it's super long, don't worry about it. Over time, you'll be able to zero it into something concise and easy to translate. Right now, what you want is to get it out of your brain and on paper so that you can see it. Okay, so what we're going to do over the course of this week is we're going to create this thing called the customer journey. A customer journey is the path for your ideal customer. So how is if you could find this perfect customer on Facebook, what would they do? What would they look like? Well, they would take some simple steps. Now, for the week, I'm going to summarize the customer journey in 4 steps. You may have 8 steps or 2 steps. I'd say probably a minimum of 4, but maybe more. And those steps are a natural progression. What does that mean? Okay, that means that if step 1 is something related to marketing and step 5 is something related to weight loss, then maybe that doesn't sink in very well. Does that make sense? So it has to be a natural progression. So step 1 is going to be something low cost or free, right? Something that lets people know, hey, there's something to be had here, and the more valuable you can make it, the better it will be for you. A lot of people start by creating a simple lead magnet, right? Hey, this is a 4-page. This is the 4 steps to getting great credit. These are the 5 steps to getting into ketosis. Whatever it is, over time, the more value you put in it. As an example, one of our our step 1 is a 1-week challenge, right? And think about it. I'm investing 5 days with people, and so they feel very good about it. They feel like they know me. In fact, some of you guys that got coaching from me, when I sat down with you one-on-one, and you told me, Luis, I feel like I know you, but this is the first time we've met. Yes, exactly. That's exactly how this is designed, okay? Step 2 is going to be something either very affordable or maybe even free again, but it's a natural progression. Hey, here's the one thing I want you to know, and we're going to go deeper into this in the offer lesson, by the way, but it shouldn't be like, man, you cannot complete something with step 1 unless you purchase step 2. That's a lot of internet marketers do that, and people feel gypped, right? They're like, oh, you gave me this free thing, but only because I can't complete it unless I get the paid thing. No. Step 1 should get them a result and be completely undependent, or just not depend on step 2 in order to get a result. But if they want to continue, do more results or grow bigger results, then step 2 is a natural progression. Okay, and then step 3 is a natural progression from there, and step 4 is maybe your core offer. Here's the thing that'll solve all of these issues all in one place, right? So I think that's incredibly important. I really believe that if you shouldn't hold anything back, and if you don't hold anything back, man, you can feel really good about what you've done. Like at the end of this week, if you said, Luis, I attended your week and I never want to hear from you again, I know your life will benefit. In fact, I prayed for you right before this started, I pray that your life would be impacted positively by everything we do this week. And even if you never want to see me again, you're going to have massive results just from what we've covered, what we're going to cover. And so that's what you should want for your customers, okay? So we're going to create this customer journey. And you probably know what your core offer is. And your core offer, well, you probably know what your core offer includes, right? And by the way, your product is not your core offer, okay? Your product could be a part of your core offer, but it is not your core offer. So the question here that we really need to summarize for the day is, who are you going to serve? Who will you serve, okay? You maybe you want to serve... I know Michelle wants to serve dentists and doctors in the Bay Area. Beautiful. That's an awesome thing. And maybe Michelle, after going through this exercise today, you can zero it in. Doctors and dentists that have 3 to 4 employees and are wanting to increase retention. And the more specific you can make it, the better, because now it's going to make it very clear as to who you're going to go look for. Okay. So my question for you today is, who will you serve? Got to make sure to get the dose of caffeine before we wrap up, okay? So here's your homework for today, okay? Here's your homework for today. If you want to get results with this, I'm going to ask that you do your homework. It's really important. Number 1, define who you want to serve. Describe the person. Go through the exercises in the workbook. I think they're going to be very helpful to doing this. Complete your ideal customer questionnaire. Again, that's in the workbook. You can go, and then I'm going to ask you to go live or post inside the Facebook group with the following phrase: my name is blank, and I want to serve blank. Okay, so my name is Luis, and I want to serve entrepreneurs that have yet to get results with marketing. My superpower is helping home-based entrepreneurs achieve massive results through organic marketing. That's exactly what my post would look like. So if you want to post a picture of yourself and then introduce yourself that way, awesome. If you want to go live and just read it out, awesome. That's okay too. Okay, just do it. Make sure to do it. At the end of the week on Friday, we have a certificate we're going to give away to everybody who completes the challenge. That's going to be such a cool thing. And again, we're going to raise up experts inside of this group that can learn and network with each other to help each other have success. So if you're looking at this, take a screenshot, do whatever you got to do to make sure to remember what the homework is. In fact, I will create a post with the homework so that you can remember to post it. And then before I let you guys go for the day, I want you to pay attention to 2 things. Number 1, if you're looking for the workbook is at www.myfbcrm.com/TYP. The TYP is all caps. Okay, so exactly the way you see it on the screen is the way you can go get the workbook. And we have an invite contest. Okay, the invite contest, last time Michelle Rawl won it. So awesome, Michelle. Glad you're here with us. She won an entire year of our marketing software. So super cool. But if you are new and you want to, or even if you've done this before and you want to win the invite contest, make sure to grab your link. It was sent in your welcome email. If you would like, let me know in the comments. I can post the link today again. If you want to get the link, I'd be more than happy to drop it in the group as well. And all you have to do is register. You provide your email, and then you'll get an individual link just for you. When you invite people to the challenge using that link, you will get points. You get 50 points for every invite, 10 points for every time you share it. So there's a lot of ways to get points. It's not just by inviting people. And you have to have a minimum of 1,000 points in order to win. Okay, we're not going to drop that because that's what Michelle did, and she did an awesome job. She ended at 1,200 points. And this the grand prize for the person who has the most invite points, you're going to win an entire. You're going to win access to my core offer, which is my Facebook marketing course. It's just an awesome course that breaks down everything that we're talking throughout this week and more in just awesome detail. You're going to love it. It's going to be super awesome. So if that's you, if you want to get access to the link so you can invite people all the way through Friday. On Friday, right before we start the session, the invite contest ends and we announce the winner as long as there was a minimum of 1,000 points. Okay? So guys, thank you for hanging out with me today. I'm super blessed to be able to hang out with you guys. And if I can answer questions, drop them in the group. Again, the next few days are going to be significantly more tactical. We're going to get into where do we find these people. By the way, tomorrow we're gonna go over attention. And attention is where to find your ideal customer. We're going to be able to find unlimited numbers of people that are going to be able to see your offer. We haven't built your offer yet, but we're going to find unlimited number of people, and we're going to figure out how to find people that are actually alive on Facebook, not just randoms. We're going to find people that are interacting, and we're going to create an engagement campaign so that those people actually enjoy your content. Okay. The next day, we're going to look at building unlimited content, making sure that you always have access to content. And then on day 4, we're going to look at creating your irresistible offer. And so this is something that when you drop it, people are going to want to say, man, I want in. Okay. And again, as you scale, as you put more people in front of it, that's just going to be super exciting for you to be able to do. On Friday, I'm going to show you how to put it all on autopilot, so it doesn't take you longer than about an hour a day to do. That's about how much time I spend on it. Again, I have multiple campaigns, and this is one of them. And actually, today, we have a virtual assistant that does it for us. I don't even actually do it myself. They actually take action, do it for me, and help me build up my my marketing. So it's something you can do and not have to be glued to Facebook. It's amazing deal. We've in the last month, I probably closed 10 insurance deals and my personal business from people that booked their own meeting on my calendar. I did not even talk to them. My assistant did it for me. So that's exactly what I want you to have and to succeed with. So stick to it. Mark your calendar every day this week, noon to 1. It's going to be an amazing week. I can't wait for you to have success with it.